It was few days ago. I was about to go to bed with a smile on my face because I had ticked every habit on my habit tracker. But then I remember I haven't journaled. So I removed my journal on my desk and I start writing. I was writing and I was self-bragging at the same time. Like how great of a person I am because I journal daily, because I meditate for 10 minutes, because I read books. I read 10 pages per day. I work out. I'm great. I'm better than most of the people around me. After the self-bragging session slash journaling, and I go to sleep. The next day I wake up and I remember I have an exam today, but I haven't studied at all. Because I think studying is for losers, right? Studying is something nerds do. I didn't study at all. Now I'm in this exam hall where everybody is discussing how hard they had worked the last night to study for this exam, how they had put in relentless work. And after a while, the question paper is in front of me. I'm looking at it and it's staring at me. I don't know answer to a single question. I'm fucked. Then I look around me and I see all these people writing their papers with such determination. I can't help but feel jealous. Not because these people are going to score better than me, but because I felt jealous because I could see how proud they were of themselves for putting in the hard work for this exam. Then I looked at myself and I felt this intense shame and guilt of running away from something. I was running away from something, and it was the responsibility of being a top grade student. I started getting flashbacks at this moment of how 1 year ago I used to wake up at 5 a.m. and study from that point on to the for the entire day to maintain my top 5 position in the class. I used to do that. Sometimes I used to be first in the class. Sometimes I used to be second, sometimes third, sometimes fourth. But I kept going and I wanted so bad to maintain that position that I used to work for an entire day relentlessly. I had ADHD focus issues, but I still used to fight for this position, this spot, regardless of that. And now I'm running away from all that hard work because I found self-improvement, which is easier to read books, to meditate, to, you know, work out daily. It's easier to do that. And I quit studying. I could have done both self-improvement and studying, but I quit studying entirely because I thought it's not related to my goal, so I'm not even gonna face it. I was being egotistical because I thought I was working hard every day, but I was doing the same activities that I enjoyed doing, like working out. I'm motivated, even though I would like to say that I pushed my beyond my limits in gym, but I'm motivated to do that. But studying and these disciplinary things, I'm not motivated to do all these things, bro. I'm motivated to read books because I enjoy reading books. I was only doing the things that were enjoyable for me and were fun for me to do. And I was running away from these hard things. That means these nerds who were working hard every day and pushing beyond their limits, even though when they were not on self improvement, they were getting better than me. I had this in the back of my mind, but I always used to ignore this because I thought I'm getting better and better doing these same habits over and over again because of my ego. But I was naive. I was pretending to be a big fish in a small pond. And that is when I made a lifestyle change. I decided that I'm gonna work every hour of the day, no matter what. Instead of watching podcasts, instead of reading books, I'm going to put in work. Instead of just doing these small habits, meditation, journaling, these are good. They better my mental health, looking at the sun and in the first thing in the morning and all that. But they are not helping me reach my potential. They are not helping me to face my inadequacies. That day I sat down for studying after many days and I understood how these motherfuckers study every day. They push beyond their limits, even when they're not motivated to do so. I thought because I was on a self improvement, I'm better than the average person. But in reality, I ain't shit. That day I was watching this podcast from Alex Ramosi and he explained it really, really well. Chris Williamson asked him, what do you think about ego and all these people on the internet, these male influencers who pretend to be egotistical? And he really gave this. There are a lot of people who are not even on the internet who are multi-billionaires and really, really wealthy. And most of the people that we see on the internet, who are like egotistical, who promote and tell you that you should be egotistical and all of this, bro. There are multi-billionaires in this world who are not on the internet. Nobody knows them. And there are a lot of people like Jeff Bezos and all of these people, Elon Musk. They are really, really humble. They're not egotistical at all. If you're egotistical, you're telling yourself that you have maximized your potential and you cannot get better. Most people who are good at what they do. They're not egotistical. They face they know that they are inadequate in certain areas and they face those inadequacies and improve upon them. I thought I was working hard, but when I actually made this lifestyle change to work hard, to work for an entire day, I made this schedule and I did that. I understood how much I was holding back from what my real potential was by pretending to work hard. I was literally capping my potential and not even facing my limits. And yesterday I my limits, how much I could push, and now I know my inadequacies and what I need to improve upon. You see, there's nothing I got from underestimating other people who are working hard. I underestimated the amount of work these toppers of my so-called toppers from my class put in. I underestimated the amount of work these average people put in. The average person from my college works harder than I do. I realized that at some point, being on self-improvement, he's getting better. He's not even on self-improvement and he's still getting better because he's facing his inadequacies. Even though he might not read the self-improvement books and he might not have some knowledge, some tricks to improve his mental health, or have more confidence in something like not a body that I have, but he's still getting better because he's still facing his inadequacies and pushing beyond his limits. There's nothing I got from underestimating my opponent or this average person. And being on self-improvement, a lot of people do this mistake and become egotistical that they are some shit, that they are a big deal. But that does not serve you. That only makes you complacent and keeps you in a certain place. There is no growth in that. So why would you want to do that? So what I think I did, which kind of I think is a better approach, is to face your limits, to burn the fuck out. The things you've read from books, bro, just try to apply them. New things you've learned from podcasts, just try to apply them. Try to hone or master a skill. Just don't keep doing these self-improvement habits and just read books. That won't help you. Right now I'm learning English. That day I was just like learning English for right now I'm trying to master the skill of learning English. That day I was just only fucking just doing it for 30 minutes per day. Like I was practicing English 30 minutes per day and it was not helping at all. Now I extended that up to like 2.5 hours. My throat is kind of sore because of that right now, but I'm testing my limits and I'm getting better every day because I'm facing them instead of running away from them. Burnout is the skill that you need to master, brother. That's all I want to say. And I guess I'll see you in the next one.